Hey, Scholar of the CruiseGenius.com. Got a story for you here. A child falls between the pier and a Royal Caribbean ship at Coco Cay. And let me just read this. A cruise vacation shouldn't be a scary experience, but even a simple accident can turn a happy day into a frightening one. A young family had a frightening incident on Monday, April 14th, while visiting Royal Caribbean's private island, Perfect Day at Coco Cay. Two Oasis-class ships were docked on Monday, Oasis and Symphony, and a guest on board Oasis witnessed a young child fall between the Symphony of the Seas and the concrete pier. And so witnesses say the child was quickly rescued. So the whole point of this is, a lot of people think travel insurance or trip insurance is just for lost bags or missed flights. And that's why I recommend travelinsured.com, and I'm going to go ahead and put a link there in the description for you to check on it and to check out prices and see what's going on. Because the fact of the matter is, about 2 weeks ago, I flew to Munich and I went on an AMA Waterways, AMA Magna 7-night cruise down the Danube, and it was an amazing experience. You know, and it's funny, my daughter even said, "Hey, Dad." I said, "Hey, what?" She goes, "Well, if there's a missed flight, you're flying in day of." And if you've watched my content at all over the last several years, you know I recommend getting in to a place a day or two before. Even living here in Jacksonville, right? I don't want to drive from Jacksonville down to Miami or Fort Lauderdale same day, because there could be car wrecks, there could be traffic, there could be lots of things going on. So as you get older, you want to limit your stress, right? And so I like going in the day before, you know, spending the night at a hotel. Now, the only danger with that is when you take your wife, you know, you got to bring all the suitcases, the makeup, the this, the that, and then your wife ends up forgetting her earrings or her purse or her eyebrow pencil. And, you know, that's kind of stressful. You just got to tell the wife or girlfriend, "Hey, you know, you're responsible for your stuff. And if we get in the car and you forget it, you know, don't look at me." But other than that, you know, I was traveling by myself to the AMA Waterways, AMA Magna. Flew out of Jacksonville, I guess it was like 4 p.m., went up to Charlotte, and then Charlotte, direct flight to Munich. So that was pretty seamless. Now, I got to Munich around, 10 in the morning, and of course, my body had been awake 24 hours. And we had to wait for the shuttle. My son-in-law flew in from Air Canada from Orlando. And my other friends had already gotten there a couple days early, so they just had to come over from the airport hotel to the airport where we were getting picked up by the AMA Waterways shuttle. So that went off without a hitch because the ship left that night. Actually, it was the next morning, I think. I think we spent the night there in Wilshofen. The point I'm trying to say is, coming back, that was kind of the fear factor, where I left Budapest. I always thought it was Budapest, but they pronounce it Budapest. Budapest, I woke up like at 4 in the morning, got to the airport like at 5. The flight left like at 7:30. So I went from Budapest to London, London to Charlotte with no problem. Everything was clicking. So when I got to Charlotte is when hell came to breakfast. Supposed to fly out of Charlotte like 4 o'clock, supposed to get home at 6 to Jacksonville, and you could see it. And if you've flown, you see it. Push back 20 minutes, push back 30 minutes, push back 30 minutes. And really where I was upset was that the gate agent at American Airlines said, "Oh, the plane came in from Cancun. We have to remove the international catering. That's what's holding us up." Well, all of us are standing at the window. The plane had been there a long time. There's no catering trucks trying to get international catering off the plane. There was something else going on, and I had tweeted American Air, and I said, "Hey, listen, just tell us the truth. If the crew had timed out, or you got a flat tire, or it's equipment, or it was weather is what the issue was. It was weather." Because I was looking at the weather radar and I saw what was going on. So I didn't get home till 10 o'clock. I was supposed to get home at 6, but there was a young lady there with a young daughter, like a little 5-year-old daughter. They had been stuck at the airport for like overnight because of weather. She was trying to get to Florida too. But anyway, that all goes back to my point about travel insurance, right? The lady on the jet ski who sadly passed away. This young girl, I mean, if she sustained any injuries, you know, arm, leg, whatever, travel insurance would cover that. And so that's why I recommend travelinsured.com. Have the peace of mind that if something goes wrong, you're going to be reimbursed, you're going to be compensated, you're going to be made whole. And don't risk it because, yeah, missed flights, bags, but when you're talking about an injury, giving another example, this is my last story. A couple that I knew were like in their 80s, known them forever. And we were on a Holland America ship, and it was like a 7-day cruise. And we were going to San Juan. Well, the lady had a heart attack. And Stan Kippens was the cruise hotel manager, who I've known forever. And Stan came up to me and goes, Scott, I go, hey, Stan, what's up? He goes, whatever you do, don't let your elderly friend go to a hospital in Puerto Rico because she won't make it out. And so a friend of mine had a Diners Club card, got a medical jet, flew her back to Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville. She survived. She was okay. But this was the one time my friends didn't buy travel insurance. The one time they didn't buy it because they think, hey, we've escaped danger, you know, because they had like 500 days on Holland America. Don't need to get travel insurance. Why spend a couple bucks to get it? So anyway, travelinsured.com, check them out. Check out the link that I'm going to include in the description. Have the peace of mind that if something goes wrong, you're going to be made whole. Scott Lear, thecruisegenius.com. Check out all my videos on the AMA Waterways AMA Magna, my videos on the World America, MSC World America, and thank you to MSC for inviting me at the naming ceremony and that first cruise, the 3-day cruise. I had a great time. The weather was perfect. Reverend Dr. E, just an amazing cruise director who I've known forever. He used to be on Carnival, then he was on Seashore, and now MSC wisely chose him to be the cruise director on MSC World America. What an entertainer, what a friend. He's present. He's out there. There's so many cruise directors you never see him. You hear him on the loudspeaker, but you never see him. Reverend Dr. E is out there. And if you look at my YouTube channel, you'll see my interview with Reverend Dr. E on Coco Cay, on Ocean Cay. Scott Lear, thecruisegenius.com. Like and subscribe.